welcome to all devotees. Now, today, welcome to all devotees. Now, today we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 6, Purush Sukta confirm. In this shloka, 40 and 41, we try to understand the Supreme Lord, eternally pure, all-pervading, and incomparable. How this we try to understand. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam
Narayanam
Namaskrityam
Namaskritya
Naram
Naram
Chaiva
Chaiva
Narottamam.
Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tatajam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. Hare Krishna. Shlok Kramanka 40 and 41. Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam
Shuddham Kevalam Jnanam
Pratyak Samyak Avastitam
Pratyak Samyak Avasthitam
Satyam Purnam Anadi Antam
Satyam Purnam Anadyantam
Nirgunam Nityam Advayam
Nirgunam Nityam Advayam
Purushe Vidanti Munaya
Rushe Vidanti Munayah
Prashanta Atma Ashaya
Prashanta Atma Indriya Ashayaha
Yada Tata Eva Asat Tarkehi
Yada Tada Eva Asat Tarkaihi
Ti Tiraha
Adhiyet
Tiraha Diyate Viplutam
Tiraha Adhiyet Viplutam
Vishuddham Kevalam
Vishuddham
Adgyanam
Kevalam Jnanam
Pratyak Samyak Avastitam
Pratyak Samyak Avasthitam
Satyam Purnam Anadi Antam
Satyam Purnam Anadyantam
Nirgunam Nityam Advayam
Nirgunam Nityam Advayam
Rushe Vidanti Munaya
Rushe Vidanti Munayah
Prashanta Atma Indriya Ashaya
Prashanta Atma Indriya Ashayaha
Yada Tat Eva Asat Tarkehi
Yada Tat Eva Asat Tarkaihi
Tira Diyet Viplutam
Tiradhyet Viplutam
Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Pratyak Samyak Avastitam Satyam Purnam Anadi Antam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam Rushe Vidanti Munaya Prashanta Atma Indriya Ashaya Yada Tat Eva Asat Tarkehi Tira Diyeta Viplutam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation.
Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Pratyak Samyak Avasthitam Satyam Purnam Anadyantam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam Rushe Vidanti Munayah Prashanta Atma Indriya Ashayaha Yada Tada Eva Asat Tarkaihi Tiraha Diyeta Viplutam.
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead is pure, being free from all contamination of material tinge. He is the absolute truth and the embodiment of full and perfect knowledge. He is all-pervading, without beginning or end, and without rival. O Narada, O great sage, the great thinkers can know him when completely freed from all material anchorings and when sheltered under undisturbed condition of the senses. Otherwise, by untenable arguments, all is distorted and the Lord disappears from our sight. Purport. Here is an estimation of the Lord apart from his transcendental activities in the temporary material creation. Māyāvāda philosophy tries to designate the Lord as contaminated by a material body when he accepts forms of creation. This sort of interpolation is completely denied herein by the explanation that the Lord's position is pure and unalloyed in all circumstances. According to Māyāvāda philosophy, the spirit soul, when covered by nescience, is designated as jīva, but when freed from such ignorance or nescience, he merges in the impersonal existence of the absolute truth. But here it is said that the Lord is eternally the symbol of full and perfect knowledge. This is his speciality, perpetual freedom from all material contamination. This distinguishes him from the individual common living entities who have the aptitude of being subordinated by nescience and thus becoming materially designated in the Vedas. It is said that the Lord is Vijnanam Anandam, full of bliss and knowledge. The conditioned soul are never to be compared to him because such individual souls have the tendency to become contaminated. Although after liberation, the living entity can become one with the same quality of existence as the Lord. His very tendency to become contaminated, which the Lord never has, makes the individual living entity different from the Lord. In the Vedas, it is said, Shuddham apapa viddham. The individual Atma becomes polluted by sin, but the Lord is never contaminated by sin. The Lord is compared to the powerful sun. The sun is never contaminated by anything infectious because it is so powerful. On the contrary, infected things are sterilized by the rays of the sun. Similarly, the Lord is never contaminated by sin. On the contrary, the sinful living entities become sterilized by contact with the Lord. This means that the Lord is also all pervading like the sun, and as such, the word pratyak is used in this verse. Nothing is excluded from the existence of the Lord's potential expansion. The Lord is within everything, and He is all covering also, without being disturbed by the activities of the individual souls. He is therefore infinite, and the living entities are infinitesimal. In the Vedas, it is said that only the Lord exists and all others' existences depend on Him. He is the generating reservoir for everyone's existential capacity. He is the supreme truth of all other categorical truths. He is the source of everyone's opulence, and therefore no one can equal him in opulence, being full of all opulences, namely wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Certainly, he is the supreme person, and because he is a person, he has many personal qualities. Although he is transcendental to the material modes, we have already discussed the statement Itham Bhuta Guna Harihi Bhagavatam 1.7.10. His transcendental qualities are so attractive that even the liberated souls, Atma Ramas, are also attracted by them. Although possessed of all personal qualities, he is nevertheless omnipotent. Therefore, personally, he has nothing to do, for everything is being carried out by his omnipotent energies. This is confirmed by the Vedic mantras. Parasya Shakti Vivida Eva Shruyate. Swabhavika Jnana Bala Kriya Cha. This suggests his specific spiritual form, which can never be experienced by the material senses. He can be seen only when the senses are purified by devotional service. Yam eva drishyate tena labhya. As such, there are basic differences between the Lord and the living entities in so many respects. No one can be compared to the Lord as the Vedas declare. Ekam eva advitiyam Brahma advaitata vai bhayam bhavati. The Lord has no competitor and he has nothing to fear from any other being, nor can anyone be equal to him. Although he is the root of all other beings, there are basic differences between him and other beings. Otherwise, there would have been no necessity for the statement in the previous verse that no one can know um, him 100% as he is. Na ayam vidanti tatvena, that no one can fully understand him in explained also in this verse. But the qualification for understanding to some degree is mentioned here. Only the prashantas or the unalloyed devotees of the Lord can know him to a greater extent. The reason is that the devotees have no demand in their lives but to obedient servants of the Lord, while all other, namely the empirical philosopher, the mystic and purity workers, are basically have some demand as and as such they cannot be pacified. The purity worker wants reward for his work. The mystic wants some perfection of life, and empirical philosophers want to merge in the existence of the Lord. Somehow or other, as long as there is a demand for sense satisfaction, there is no chance of purification. On the contrary, by unnecessary dry speculative arguments, the whole matter becomes distorted, and thus the Lord moves still further away from our understanding. The dry speculators, however, because of their following principles of austerity and penance, have knowledge of the impersonal features of the Lord to some extent, but there is no chance of their understanding his ultimate form as Govinda, because only the Atmaramas, only the Amal Atmanas are the completely sinless person can accept pure devotional service to the Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.28. Esham tu antagatam papam jnanam ज्ञानानां पुण्य कर्मणां ते द्वंद्व मोह निर्मुक्त भजन्ते मां दृढ़व्रताः. हरे कृष्ण. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्दे वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमः. ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण. Today we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, Purush Sukta confirm, and we try to understand Shlok Kramanka 41, 40 and 41. Here in this shlokas, Narad Muni uh, is told by the Brahmaji about the free from all contamination. Up to we are not freeing from all contamination of material things. No one is able to understand the absolute truth. And when uh, when a great thinker also know him when completely free from material anchorings and taking the shelter under the undisturbed condition of the senses of on the uh, lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, he cannot uh, understanding Supreme Personality, and the Lord disappears from our side. They're describing like that. Here they're giving the example of the sun, also comparing this. And again, empiric, they told about the empiric philosophers, mystics, and fruitive workers. They have some demand. So when a fruitive worker wants reward for his work, mystic wants perfection of his life, empirical philosopher want to merge in the existence of the Lord. Up to these demands is uh, in his heart. They for self satisfaction. There is no chance for pacification, and speculator arguments are also uh, becomes distorted. Like this, describing in this shlokas, Prabhuji will tell us in nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hey Krishna, thank you very much. So, as Mataji has rightly said, these two shlokas, they are so profound. Here, Shukdev Goswami ji, through the dialogue between Brahma and Narad, establishes the eternally pure transcendental position of Supreme Personality of Godhead, distinguishing him completely from the conditioned jīvas. These shlokas cut through the conceptions of Māyāvāda philosophy, and we understand Krishna as the absolute truth, full of knowledge, bliss, power, without rival, beyond contamination, and only approachable through pure devotional service. Mayavadis, they claim that when Lord accepts a form as an incarnation, he becomes contaminated with a material body. Now, this is interpolation, putting something alien into fact, and is completely denied here. Lord's position is always pure, always unalloyed. Even when he descends as an avatāra, he is untouched by matter. The Mayavadi idea that Jew merges into Brahman after liberation and that the Lord is also under Maya is totally false. Lord Brahma makes it clear that the Supreme Lord is always transcendental, always pure, uncontaminated. His form is sac-cid-ānanda-vigraha, eternally blissful and full of knowledge. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The Jeev, no matter how elevated, has an inherent tendency to be covered by ignorance, avidya, and to fall under material designations. Lord has no such defect. Srila Prabhupada therefore explains that this is the difference between Krishna and us. We can be covered by ignorance, but Krishna can never be covered. So Lord is Vijnanam Anandam. The Lord is eternally the symbol of complete knowledge and bliss. Conditioned souls, although spiritual in nature, they carry the tendency to fall into ignorance, while the Lord is perpetually free from all contaminations. Even after liberation, the Jew only gains similar quality, sac-cid-ānanda, but never equality in position with the Lord. Because Lord is never touched by sin. Shuddham apapaviddham. Vedas declare it that the Lord is never contaminated. To explain this, the analogy of the sun is always presented. The sun sterilizes everything impure by its rays, but it is still never contaminated. Similarly, the Lord purifies sinners without being affected himself. The jīvas, however, become polluted even unwillingly. A couple of months ago, we celebrated we all had been to Prayag. So there we see so many people have come because it was once in a 12-year opportunity. Everyone was taking the bath in the Ganges, but still the Ganges water remained pure. Because though physically, materially, everyone was submerging there, but since she comes directly from the lotus feet of Krishna, She never gets polluted. So Lord is all pervading like the sun. The word pratyak, which is used in this verse, indicates that the Lord is all pervading, both within everything and beyond everything. Nothing exists outside his potency. He is infinite, while living entities are infinitesimal. Vibhu and Anu. Our existence is completely dependent on his existence, as Vedas declare Ekam eva Dvityam Brahma. Only the Lord exists independently. The Lord, who is the source of all opulence and reservoir of all truths. In the Vedas, it is said only the Lord exists in the true sense. The existence of all else is dependent on him. Krishna is the origin of everyone's life, opulence, and capacity of existence. He is the supreme truth among all relative truths, Param Satyam Dhimahi. And he is always full of the six opulences: wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, renunciation. He is the supreme person. It is only he who has got transcendental qualities. Though transcendental, he still has personal qualities and activities. In fact, his qualities are so attractive that even liberated souls, Atmarams, they are drawn to him. Just as it is mentioned in the 10th shloka of the 7th chapter of Bhagavatam, first canto itself, where we have read Suta Uvacha Atmaramah cha munayah nirgrantha apyurukrame kurvanti ahetu kim bhaktim itham bhuta gunaha hari. So even renunciates free from material desire are charmed by the Lord's qualities. Lord Chaitanya, in fact, explained this verse in 64 different ways, revealing his own supremacy. So Krishna is not impersonal Brahman, but the all-attractive Govinda. And Lord is omnipotent. Personally, the Lord has nothing to do because his infinite energies act automatically. Parasya Shakti Videva Shruyate Swabhaviki Dhyana Bal Kriyaj. And he is the master of all the lords. Tam Ishwaranam Paramaheshwaram. He is above all demigods and controllers. He has no rival, no competitor. According to Vedas, Ekam eva Advityam Brahma. God has neither any comparison nor any competition. Vedas declare na tasya karyam karanam na cha vidyate na tat samah cha abhi adhikah cha drushyate. The Lord has no equal, no superior, no competitor, and nothing to fear. Only He is independent. All others are dependent. So the question arises, who can understand Him? Actually, no one can know Him fully. Nayam vidanti tatvena. Yet, prashantaha, that is, those free from all material anchorings, can know Him to some extent. So the question comes, why? Because devotees have no selfish demands, they live only to serve. Others, like the karmis, jnanis, yogis, they always have demands, either profit, liberation, powers, and so they cannot understand Him. So, if you are looking or expecting the vision of the Lord, then it is possible only through bhakti. The Lord's form cannot be pursued by material senses. He reveals himself only when one's senses are purified by devotion. Yam eva esha vrunate tena labhyaha. The dry speculators, philosophers, they may know his impersonal Brahman feature, but only the Amalatmas, that is sinless devotees, they can know Govinda. Just as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 20 shloka of the 7th chapter. Yesham tu antagatam paham bhajante maamadridharataha. So only those free from all sins engage in his service. So through this shloka, Prabhupada ji is giving us practical application. First and foremost, understand the basic difference that Lord is always pure and we are prone to sin. Never think that the Lord's form or activities are material. Avoid the company of materialistic speculators who distort the truth about God. We have to be a devotee, we have to be satisfied without profit motive. A devotee's business is not to make profit, but to make more devotees. So you should take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, under a bona fide guru to develop the Prashanta Bhav and then see Krishna everywhere. So to conclude, what this shloka has done is it has powerfully established that the Lord is eternally pure, untouched by Maya and sin, that Krishna is all pervading, full of bliss and knowledge, independent, supreme, that he has no rival or equal, and that he can be understood only by the unalloyed devotees who live without selfish demands. So, the perfection of life is not to become puffed up by speculative philosophy or material gains, but to become a humble servant of the servant of Govinda, who is the reservoir of all pleasure and truth. That is the most important aspect which we have to understand. So, the final takeaway, we are infinitesimal sparks, we are prone to fall. Lord is eternal blazing sun, never contaminated. By becoming prashanta, peaceful, through devotion, we can perceive him, not by logic, speculation, or furtive motive, but only by surrender. Well, this is what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, which are the instructions of Krishna directly to us. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. So what is important is that we surrender completely to Krishna. And how do we surrender to Krishna? Because Krishna is available with us in multiple forms currently. Krishna is available in the Vigraha Swarup. Krishna is available in Grantha Avatar Bhagavatam. Krishna is available in the Harinam. Krishna is available as Paramatma with each one of us, and Krishna is available as Guru as well. So we need to surrender, seek the guidance, and follow the path shown by them to ensure that we achieve the ultimate objective of our life, which is Krishna Prem. So either way of the Navida Bhakti, whatever we are comfortable, we can follow. Please Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.